And that was actually good. I watched part of that game on Saturday, and it was close. Like Illinois, oh my goodness, keep your eye on that team. But they beat Ohio 73-68. That was that towards that end cusp of the game. You kind of were like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Alabama beat Georgia as well. There were a couple of upsets. One that really surprised me was Villanova, who's also have their great basketball program, great basketball team year after year after year. And I followed them for several years now, especially going into March Madness and the tournaments. They lost 52-54. That was for me surprising.
So they're 16-5 right now. They're right behind Creighton in the Big East standings. And Creighton's been under so much pressure right now. So much news with their situation with their head coach, McDermott. He just came back and he's going to be eligible for the Big East tournament. So they're dealing with some personal issues, some internal issues with their basketball program. But he comes back at an opportune time for them as they get ready to start the Big East tournament this week. But it's just so exciting that college basketball, it's March Madness, Johanna. We haven't had a tournament in 2 years. Wow. This is going to be so exciting. It's already starting off so well with your Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Literal March Madness.
Are they going to go to the Final Four?
Let's hope that they make it all the way. That's me as a fan, of course, talking and with my heart, not my brain. That every year that's the case. This year looks promising. Let's go ahead and cross that bridge when we get there. Let's hope that we do get to see them in the Final Four.
Just look at this AP poll. There's Iowa's dangerous. Alabama's dangerous. Just looking up and down this top 25, Houston is dangerous. Look out for Ohio State. Kansas is coming back on the rise now. They struggled early in the season, but Kansas is coming back. They're making their way up. Florida State stumbled a little bit toward the end of the season, but don't count out the Seminoles. They're going to be good. They're going to be, do not count out Leonard Hamilton and the Florida State Seminoles. They're number 15 in the country. Don't count out the national champions, the Virginia Cavaliers, even though they've struggled toward the end of the season. Never count out a champion until you eliminate them.
Exactly. So don't count them out. There's just so many games and I cannot keep track. And it's like on Saturday and Sunday, like Sunday, I didn't really watch too much college basketball, but Saturday it was game after game after game after game, and I tried to catch as much as I could. I'll be honest, I did not catch an entire basketball game. But you just don't know because they're just each game that comes on, it just gets better and better, and it's as good as the game that was on before, and they're on simultaneously, too. So depending on your listings, TV listings, what you get and so forth. But, it's just so much basketball. It is so hard to keep track of it all. So I'm really curious about Oregon, of course, which is one of the ASU rivals here, Arizona. Let's see who else is another one in here.
And they were just on the fringe of the top 25 too, Johanna. Oregon was. They were number 27. Mm-hmm. They were behind BYU. BYU was number 26. So Oregon was just a little bit short of making the top 25. But that's a quality program they have up there in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Baylor, I'm curious to see how far they're gonna make it into the tournament. There's just so much, Ed. I don't know. We have Pepperdine and BYU.
Pepperdine.
What's going to happen there? Of course, we have we just have games line up all of this week, and then we'll have the brackets revealed and who's going to go against who. So that I cannot wait for because my gosh.
And then throw in a team like Arkansas, throw in a team like West Virginia, who almost beat Baylor last week. Just lost to them by 5 in overtime down in Morgantown. But West Virginia's there, number 10 team in the country. That's a strong basketball team. Texas, 17-7. They're getting it done down in Austin. Loyola Chicago. Paul's got to be proud of his hometown team, Chicago's own PLR, Paul Richardson. Shout out to him. But Loyola Chicago, number 18 in the country.
It's crazy. And I am too excited to even talk, Ed.
Yeah, just basketball overload, but we love the overload. It's going to be awesome.
Definitely do. My gosh, there's going to be some upsets here. I don't even know who's going to upset who as we get further into the tournaments and into March Madness, because we are selection Sunday, 5 days, 4 days away, actually. So, and then the intense madness begins. If it's already madness, can you just imagine it a little bit further? It's more like hysteria at this point, don't you think, Ed?
Right. And then total chaos just breaks out once that field of 68 comes out.
So that on Sunday, what I'll be doing, I'll be ready to see that bracket and then making out my bracket. My 2 brackets, actually. Remember?
You got 2 brackets.
You know what to expect. Yep. Sunday, maybe Monday. Expect me calling you guys out on your brackets and see what you guys have.
Oh, that'll be fun to discuss that.
Mm-hmm. So, which we'll bring that to you guys listening on Monday. So we'll have our brackets ready and talk some of that bracket selection and dial it down.
And the great thing is everybody thinks they have the perfect bracket until that first round of games, and then everybody's bracket gets dashed after teams start losing. So I know. It's fun. Too much fun.
It is. That's why I make 2 brackets. And actually last year, well, that's not last year, the year before that, or last March Madness, that one was painful. There were so many upsets in that one. And that was sad. My bracket was very sad at the end.
I want to see Coley Harvey's bracket. I wonder how many Big Ten teams he has in there, because you've got 3 Big Ten teams in the top 5 in the AP top 25 and 4 in the top 10. You count Ohio State. What a strong conference.
I know. So we will get to see that. Get ready. We'll have that next week for you guys. And then of course, we're going to have to drill it down and see who we have for our champions going, championship game and going head to head to the last 2. Who's going to be walking away with that trophy? And see how differing our brackets are, who we have as making the Final Four and who's our national champion. I think I know who your national champion pick will be. It ain't hard to tell. Yeah, you think so? Yeah. Yeah, you're so transparent with your allegiances to teams: Packers, Red Sox, Bulldogs, D-backs, Suns, Steve Nash and the Brooklyn Nets. Tell me where I should stop. Keep going. Keep going. I'm listening. I'm not stopping you. Who do you have in hockey? Arizona Coyotes? Mm-mm. Boston Bruins? Mm-hmm. Sea Folks? I got to read like a book. Well, you didn't get into soccer. Oh, and also shout out to the Toronto Raptors, Johanna. I read an article on NBA.com that on March 24th, when they play the Denver Nuggets, they're going to have an all-female broadcast team. And that's pretty cool. I think that's a really awesome thing that the Toronto Raptors are going to do to honor the ladies. That is amazing. So amazing. Something that hasn't been done before. I would really intrigued to watch that. I'm really excited to see that. Yeah, I would love to watch that broadcast on the 24th. That's going to be really cool. So innovative, very creative on the part of the Raptors. Definitely. So cool. Oh my goodness. Women making strides, Ed. Happy International Women's Month. Is it International Women's Month or just Women's Month? Women's Month. It's International. International Women's Day, which is Monday. Which was on Monday. Which was Monday. Yes. And then it's Women's Month. It's Women's Month, and then there's other, March is also Awareness Month for endometriosis and some other things. Mm-hmm. I think, so, but I do know those two for sure. And also, Johanna, we have our first Black female referee for the NFL. She was just named a few days ago. She was, yes, Ed. More powerful woman. Maya Chaka. That's her name, Maya Chaka. That's crazy. Congratulations, Maya. Yeah, so Sarah Thomas was the first female referee to referee a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. We have our first Black female assistant coach in Jennifer King with the Washington football team. Now we have our first Black female NFL referee, NFL official.
It's awesome how things are changing, Johanna. The landscape
that is so
changing.
Great.
It's beautiful.
Definitely. You know what's even more beautiful? I probably won't say more beautiful, but you know what else is beautiful? Baseball.
It is.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, you that was a softball. You just threw it up, and I forgot. I didn't swing. I swung and missed.
So
baseball.
In other news, we have baseball. Spring training, as we said. So awesome to have that. It's here. We have fans, attending games. Each team, each organization, stadium has their own protocols and rules and so forth in place for, safety measures. So we have teams, stadiums that will be having fans back. Each team it's going to be a little bit different from another, but we are going to be seeing that as we go into the 2021 season. We already heard from the Arizona Diamondbacks that they will be having fans in the stadium for opening day. I don't recall what that number is or, all of those details at the moment. But even the Los Angeles Dodgers, and there's a couple other things, a couple of other teams that have also, shed light on that. I think maybe one of the Chicago teams, possibly, if I'm
both teams, the Cubs and the White Sox. So the mayor of Chicago came out. She said that they're going to have 25% capacity. And for the D-backs, they're going to have 25% home capacity, which translates to about 12,000 fans. 12,000 is great. That's a great start.
That's great. That's a good start. Great turnout.
Yeah. Same thing with the Colorado Rockies. They're going to have about 12,500. The Cincinnati Reds are going to open it up. The Miami Marlins are going to have some fans. So we're getting back to it, Johanna, slowly but surely. We're actually getting back to that full. We're going to hopefully eventually get back to that full fan experience, but we've got to take these baby steps. We just can't hit the ground running with this thing and just go backwards because there's an outbreak. We've got to go slowly and introduce fans back into it.
Yes, definitely. And even, ourselves, media or, sports, related, even the players too. Just everyone ease into it all, into that normalcy. So I'm excited to get back in the stadium, watch a game, and both as media and as a fan. Cannot wait to get in there. I miss hearing just being there, feeling that energy and seeing the players and hearing that crack of the bat and seeing that ball hit the glove. Just so beautiful.
It's second to none as far as the baseball experience, being able to go to Chase Field, and it's a great experience. And the Diamondbacks put on a great show, and every baseball team outside of the Diamondbacks, the Major League Baseball needs this to have fans back because it just adds to the experience. And the players and the coaches, of course, would love to have the fans back because playing in front of an empty stadium and playing on the road in an empty stadium, it's just not the same.
Definitely not the same whatsoever. So you can tell even in the games as well, Ed, that just the energy, the way they play the games, and because one of the things that's with sports, the players, they feed off of the fans.
They love to have the fans there. It just makes it so much better of an experience. It's something different. Even in the World Series last year, they had less than 12,000 fans in Arlington at Globe Life Field, but still 12,000 fans are better than no fans. Game 6 had 11,437, but still it's 11,500 fans attending Game 6 of the World Series. It really does make a difference for the players to see those fans. Even though they're scattered, they're still there, and they're well aware of that.
Definitely. So, but we're there. We're somewhat there, getting to have more of that baseball experience. I'm just excited for baseball to be back. It'll be some time to we'll all be able to be together in that type of environment and having the stadiums packed and so forth. It'll be a time before we all get there. but this is one step forward.